Hello and good evening, everyone. How are you? I hope you're doing well. My name is Akriti. So let's start with today's question. This is the question number 2830. Maximize the profit as the salesman's, right? So in the question, it is given that suppose you are a salesman and you have n number of houses which are numbered from 0 to n minus 1. Now you have to sell these houses and you are just given with some offers where offers are like offers of I will indicate that the buyer want to buy the houses which is starting from the start of I and ending up to end of I, and he will give you the gold of I, right? Suppose it simply means that buyer want to buy a house from a number up to a particular number and he will give you a particular amount of gold for that. So we have number of offers available in my offers vector, which is a 2D vector, of course. Now I want to sell all the houses and want to gain as many profit as I can. Being a salesman, I will definitely go for profit, right? So I have to sell my houses in such a way that I will maximize my profit. So you have to basically return the maximum amount of gold you can earn by selling your houses. Now note the different buyer cannot buy the same houses, right? So if you have sold one particular houses to a particular buyer, then you cannot sell that house again, right? Because one house can buy by only one buyer. Okay, so this is given and the number of houses available and the offers which are available with the houses. Now it is not necessary that each house should be sold. Maybe at the end many houses remain unsold. This is totally fine. So you should not worry about it, right? So this is the example we are given with. Now, as given in the question, what can we think of? Like we are given some offers. Now we will start, seeing offers one by one. So you cannot predict like choosing an offer, because if you choose a particular offer, maybe later on you will get some better offer, right? So you cannot just predict that I should have this offer only, or I should buy my houses to this particular buyer only, right? You will have to try the all the possible ways in which you can sell your houses so that you can get the maximum profit, right? So when it comes to trying all the ways, what do you think of? Definitely recursion or DP, right? Because in recursion and DP we will try all the possible ways and we will return a um, particular answer, a particular way where we gain the maximum profit, right? So we will be solving this question with the help of DP. Now let me explain you how it is given. So let us suppose this is the number of houses, as given in the example previously I have shown you. These are the number of houses which is equal to n equal 5. So we are given with the 5 houses which are named from, namely like H0, H1, H2, H3 and H4. Now these are the offers we are given with. First offer, in the first offer, buyer want to buy a house, only house number 0, and he will give you a profit of 1 gold, right? Now there is one more buyer who want to buy the house 0, house 1 and house 2, and he will give a profit of 2. And again we have one more buyer who will buy a house 1, house 2 and house 3, and he will give you the profit of 2. Now you have to sell your house in such a way that you can gain the maximum profit possible. So in the manner it is given, that now just observe that suppose you sell your house 0 to a buyer 1, right? So now that you have sold your house 0, you will not be able to sell it again, right? Because it has already been sold. Now when you comes to buyer 2, he want to buy the house 0, house 1 and house 2. So it is not allowed that you will sell house 0 to one buyer, and when you come to the buyer number 2, you will just sell house 1 and house 2 only. No, if a buyer want to buy a range of houses, then he will buy only all the houses, otherwise he will not buy any houses, right? So if you have already sold your house number 0 to a buyer 1, then you will not be able to choose the offer given by the buyer 2, right? Then you will have to move to the buyer 3. So this is a constraint. So how we are going to approach this problem? This will be with the help of DP. So let's start. Let's suppose this is given the offers which are available for the particular houses. We will store this particular thing in a vector, like for house number 0, I will store how many buyers want to buy this particular house, right? Or you can say how many buyers are there who are just starting their buy list from house number 0, who are starting their buy list from house number 1 and house number 2 and so on. So we will store this particular thing in our array. So let me explain you while writing code. I will be explaining you everything, don't worry about it. So given n with the number of houses available, let's make a variable m which will be the number of offers available. So m will be equal to offers dot size, right? Okay, this will be the offers dot size. Now I will make a function for my dp where, but before that let me make a vector. So what actually this vector will be storing? In this vector, I will store that, but suppose at house number 1, let's start with the house number 0. Let's suppose at house number 2, how many offers are there such that their starting point will start from house number 0. Like suppose in this example, this is the offer number 1 which want to buy the house from house 0 to house 0. So starting point is house number 0, right? In this offer also the starting point is house number 0 and the ending point is house number 2. So I just have to store all these offers where the starting point is house number 0. Similarly, I will be storing all the offers where starting point is house number 1, 2 and all. Okay, so I will just start traversing in my offers vector, and I will store all the offers available where starting point is my I equal 0. Okay, so let me just copy it. Yeah. So basically, I'm pushing offers of I of 0 means the starting point of the offer, and I'm pushing the index of the offer. So if a particular offer is starting at a point number 0, so corresponding to the ith row in my offer started house vector, I will just store the index of the offer which corresponding to that particular thing. Okay, I hope you understand. Now after doing this, I will be just let me simply just run recursion first. Okay, then we will apply dp. So here I will take arguments as entire where I represent the current house we are talking about. Okay, and this will be the offer vector. I will pass this also, and and one more thing, this particular vector. Okay, so now let's understand first. Now suppose you are at we are basically traversing from the house number 0 till house number n, and we will check. Okay, now what we will check, let's see here. Now suppose you are at house number 0, so you have basically two options. Either you will either you will sell this house or you will not sell, right? This is something what we do in recursion or dp, right? So when I am at a house number 0, so I will have two options, if I want to sell my house 0 or if I don't want to sell. So if I don't want to sell, then I will simply move to house number 1, and I don't need not to do any previous thing. But suppose if I want to sell my house 0, then how many options we are available with? I have to check this particular thing. Okay, so if you are at house 0, you will see how many offers are there which are starting from house number 0, right? So here in this case we have offer 1 and offer 2. These are the two offers which are starting from the house number 0. So now I have two options, that I will sell my house 0 to the offer number 1, or I will sell my house 0 to the offer number 2, right? So this is something which you have to keep in mind, and this is the reason why we have made this vector offer start at 0. Because when you are at a particular house, you will just easily, you can easily know how many offers are available for your house, right? So firstly I will write my base case where I will be greater than equal, and when the particular index will exceed the total number of houses, then I will simply return 0 here. Okay, now I will make a answer variable. Initially it will be I don't want to sell my house, right? Don't sell. So if I don't want to sell my house, then simply answer will be I will move to the next house, and I will just add nothing here. Sorry. So I will simply move to the next house. Now suppose if I want to sell my house, okay. If I want to sell my house, then I have to check how many offers I'm available with. So how will I be checking this? I will just go to my offers starting at house vector and corresponding to this particular index, which we have passed as an argument, which is I. This is the house number we are currently at. So I will just go to offer starting at house vector, and corresponding to this particular index I will check how many, how many offers we are available with. So for auto index at, let me just copy it first. So I will, just check for every index which is available in my offer started house vector. So basically what I have stored in this vector, I have stored the index corresponding to that particular offer, right? So I will just check for this offer. So just a second. Yeah, so my answer will be maximum of the answer which I have currently, and the answer if I am choosing this particular offer, right? So if I am choosing this offer, then my answer will increase by um offers of index of 2. 2, because when if you see the offer vector, then this is like this. The first element is starting point, the second is ending point, and the third one is storing the profit, right? So if I am choosing this particular offer, then I will just add this profit which I have gained by this offer, and I will move to the next house. So here I am moving to the next house. Yeah, so this is done. In the same manner, I will just go through the for loop, and I will check for each and every offer which I'm choosing, and I will store the maximum out of every offer available in my answer, and at the end here I will be returning the answer simply. Okay, so let me just return it here also. I will be starting from the 0th house. I will pass the offer vector, I will pass the n, and this, right? So I'm done with the recursion. Let me run it first. Anything wrong? What is wrong here? Let me check. getting what's wrong here. Oh, sorry. Actually, what we were storing in this offer started I. This is a 2D, this is a 2D vector actually. So I want to search how many indexes of offers available. If my, current index is I. So if I am at a particular house I, then I will have to check the offers available corresponding to that house only, right? So that's why this should be the offers start at house number I. And in this vector, I will have the different offers available for that particular house. And here also I have, written offers of index of I plus 1. This is because suppose suppose in this particular example, if I am choosing the offer number 1. Right. So if I'm choosing the offer number 1, then I will not be able to choose any houses which is included in this particular offer, right? So in this case, I have house number 0, house number 1, and house number 2. So I will not be able to choose any of these houses which has already been chooses by this offer, right? So I will have to, move my house number to the H3 house which is now available for choosing, or which is now available for selling, because I have already sold these three houses. So I will just keep my house number to the ending point of the offer plus 1, because this was the last houses I have already sold, and I will start selling my houses plus 1 index, right? So this is something I have changed. Now let's run this. So now it's working fine. Now if I will run it further, it will give time limit exceeded. So let me apply DP first. Yeah, here let me create a DP vector which will be of size n plus 1, and initially let's store -1. Now I will simply pass it. uh, Take this argument by. Now before doing anything, I will check if my DP already stored the answer. If it does, then I will simply return DP of I. Otherwise, let's update this also. Yeah, and here I will store my final answer at the ith house. Yeah, so I guess we are done with this. Yeah, so now it's working. Actually, the problem was I was not taking this by reference. So if I'm passing a particular vector or anything by value, then it will, keep making the copies and then pass. So it will take some time. So always, if you don't want to make change or you don't want to update your vector, then always try passing it via an argument, by reference. Okay. So this was the whole solution of the question. If you didn't get anything, then you can simply ask in comment box. I will solve it out. So before ending the video, let me just summarize what I have actually done. So in the question, it was given that we are given some houses and we have to sell these houses, and we are also given some offers, and the dealer want to buy a houses ranging from a particular house number to a particular house number, and want to give you some kind of profit. Okay, so you have to maximize your profit. So suppose you, if so I'm just using deep, I'm just applying dp on the house number. Like suppose if you are at a particular house number, then you will have to choose if you want to sell the house or if you don't want to sell the house. So if you don't want to sell the house, you will simply move to the next house. But if you want to sell the house, then you will have to check how many offers are available, right? Because you have to choose such offers which will maximize your profit. So you will just keep trying all the possible offers which are available with you, and you will just go for the something which is giving you the maximum offer with the help of the dp, and you will return your answer. Okay, so this was the whole solution. Actually, I have found so many similar questions of lead code similar to this problem, and you can solve those problem also with the same technique and approach. So I will be giving the link to all those questions in the description. You can try them also. Thank you and have a nice day.